A lot of people think UX design is about making products look fine and sharp, right? But that's not it. That's like a pinch of the work UX designers do. Before the UI even exists, a lot of work has gone into the design thinking. So UX design today would look at what the role of a UX designer really is. The first one is understanding the problem. So before a UX designer starts anything, they first of all need to understand the problem, why the users are leaving, why they are not completing their task, what the problems actually are, right? For example, if users keep abandoning a product, if they just start and they don't finish, why is that happening? So UX designers are about finding out what the problem is, collecting feedback from users to analyze what the problem is, and analyzing existing reports or feedback to understand the root cause of that problem. So the first one is understanding what the problem is. That's the first task of a UX designer. The second one is structuring the experience. Once the UX designer has figured out what the problem is, the next step is for them to start creating the solution for that problem. Now they have to create user flows, mapping out the user journey from point A to point B, organizing information so it makes sense. So the second one again is structuring the user experience. Now this stage is less about visual and more about logic. Number 3, designing and prototype. Now designing and prototype is where the UX designers get to create wireframe or early stage design version to test with users and stakeholders. Now this helps them refine the experience. They test with the users early and also the stakeholders to understand what the flow looks like and see if it actually meets what the users would want to use. So that is designing and testing phase. Now this phase, remember, they are creating wireframes and early stage design to help them understand if what they've created actually works for the users. 4 is testing and improvement. Remember I mentioned they create wireframes. That is what they are going to test with, or low fidelity design. That is what they are going to test with, right? So UX designers also conduct testing. They test with early stage users, they test with stakeholders to find out where there may be pain points or if the flow works just right. Sometimes it works fine, sometimes it may not, and that's just okay. That is perfect, right? As long as they're able to detect these problems on time to rectify it before creating the final version. UX is an iterative process. It improves over time. Collaboration is number 5. UX designers don't work alone. They work with product managers, they work with engineers and other designers to bring ideas to life. They don't work alone. It's a mix of designing, testing, and refining to create a product that truly serves. It is a process that goes over and over and over. So UX designers do not work alone. So in simple terms, UX designers makes products easier, clearer, and usable. Not just better looking, but working way better. If you're interested in learning more, please hit the subscribe button and put on your notification so you would know when I drop the next video. Please like, share, comment. Thank you for learning with me, and bye.